So what is up guys, I am BlackOpsAmazing, I own some AirPods, and today we are doing another Zombies Q&A where we take your questions from the comment section below to do with the zombie storyline, Easter eggs, and we answer them. As always, if there's anything that you want to know for the next episode, leave your questions down below. Make sure you are subscribed, drop a like rating by the end of the video if you do enjoy. Of course you don't have to if you don't want to, but let's get into it. Here we go. So the first question, and I'm really messing up my words today, but this one is from Carlo, and he says, "Hey BOA, I have a question. In Blood of the Dead in the Warden's house, inside of the secret room, what is the person under the white sheet?" So I believe you're asking me who is the person under this sheet in the Warden's house, and it is, well, the Warden. The Warden, of course, if you didn't know, actually killed himself. He electrocuted himself on this chair, and, well, this is him. If you're not familiar with the Blood of the Dead storyline, if you're wondering, well, why exactly is the Warden here? Well, we know that the Warden was being manipulated by the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man began to talk to the Warden, and he basically told him that he is ill. The Shadow Man told the Warden that he is dirty, he has sinned, he's basically going to hell, he's sick, and the only way that he can be cured and made better is to listen to exactly what the Shadow Man tells him. And so the Shadow Man says to the Warden, you need to sacrifice yourself, kill yourself, in order to get sent to the afterlife, where he will become Brutus, a much stronger, better, and ultimate lasting version of himself that can never die. And the Shadow Man also told the Warden that when he kills himself and turns into Brutus, not only is he to trap the Mob of the Dead crew in Purgatory, but he's also to keep the Primus crew here as well, specifically Richtofen. And so we know that's exactly what happened. The Warden electrocuted himself on this chair, and that is why we see him here. That is him. The second question of today from Lucifer Rose says, "Hey BOA, I have a question. What happened to the Richtofen that left in the intro of Blood of the Dead? And will he return in future Zombies maps? PS, you're doing great with your bids, bro. Keep it up." So, thanks, bro. But yes, this is a question that I don't have the answer to, but it's always one that I'm wondering about. I have brought it up a few times. Obviously, in the Blood of the Dead intro cutscene, we had two different versions of Richtofen. We have the one that we are playing as, that teleported from Zetsubo to Blood of the Dead, where he was supposed to just come here to collect the blood vials. That is this one on the right. We know normally as part of the normal timeline, he would have come here, collected the blood vials off other Richtofen, and then would have teleported back to Zetsubo and then gone on to Gorod Karovi. So that is this Richtofen that we play as. However, the other Richtofen, this is the Richtofen that manipulated the Tranzit crew into collecting the Canorium. This is the one that saved them from Buried, but then took them on this whole journey to Broken Arrow facilities and the Empty Earth. And as we know, he also collected the blood vials and then teleported back to Origins to give blood vials to that version of Richtofen, which is the other one, the one on the right. I'm talking about the one on the left currently. But yes, this one on the left, we see him leave in the Blood intro, and he is supposedly never to be seen again. He tells our Richtofen, he tells Primus Richtofen to read the Canorium as the pages have changed, so that's what he does. And then as Richtofen's reading it, the other Richtofen smirks and then just walks away. He teleports somewhere, we don't know where, and, well, we don't see from him again. Where exactly did he go? What happened to him? Now, whilst we don't know 100%, currently he could be in a totally different dimension that we don't know of. He could be up to something we could never guess. I mean, it is Richtofen at the end of the day. He's very unpredictable. So we can't say for sure where the other Richtofen went. We don't know. However, we know in Blood of the Dead, Primus Richtofen ends up dying. He sacrifices himself to break the loop and allow Primus, Nikolai, Takeo, and Dempsey, along with post-Revelations Richtofen, to escape Blood of the Dead to leave Alcatraz. So Richtofen dies in Blood. However, in the map after this, Classified, in the ending for that map, Richtofen is all of a sudden alive again, which could mean, could that be the Richtofen that left Blood of the Dead? Did he leave and then join up with the characters later on between Blood and Classified, and that is the version of him that we are seeing in the Classified ending? This is the one that left in Blood. This could be him. I mean, it seems like there are plenty more versions of Richtofen out there. We don't exactly know how many there are, but we've seen at least 3, so there's nothing to say there can't be more. But I have the suspicion that the Richtofen that left in Blood of the Dead is the one that we see in the Classified ending. It could not be, there's no proof for that, that's just my suspicion. However, let me know your thoughts on that in the comment section below. The next question says, what happened to Misty's family? So this takes us back to Black Ops 2, although the Transit crew are a part of our Black Ops 4 zombie storyline, and it seems like we will be hearing more from them in the future. They're definitely interesting characters, especially Misty, but if you do go back and play BO2, she always talked about her family, especially I think it was in Transit and Buried. She mentioned her father and mother. We know from what she said that she used to live on a farm. Her mother died of an unknown cause. However, her father was killed by zombies. So both of her parents died, and this is weird because a lot of people for the longest time believed that Dempsey was Misty's father. However, she does say that she saw him die with her own eyes, and Dempsey is very clearly alive. But I will also say, even though I don't believe it's true, it is very suspicious as they do act and say very similar things. Dempsey is one of the only characters to break the fourth wall, and Misty does that as well. Both of them will mention Treyarch, the game developers. They're just very similar in the way they are and the guns they like. But yeah, I think we can say that one's not true. Both of her parents died. That's pretty much all we know about her background, and she is one of my favourite characters for unknown reasons that do not need to be specified. This is a clean video and I want to keep it that way. Okay? No, none of those comments in chat. I'm watching you. I know what you guys are like. It's a game. It's a game, guys. Just calm down. It's a game. Brody Bengal says, hey BOA, I've been asking this question for ages now and it never gets answered. Please answer this. Is there going to be another Nuketown? What characters will there be? And will it relate to the storyline or just a fun map? So, I don't know for sure. There are rumours that there is going to be a Nuketown Zombies remake in February, around that time, but don't hold me to that. It's just a very strong rumour. Personally, I do believe it will be coming back. As for what characters? Again, we don't really have any evidence for this, but I personally think it will be the Transit crew. It just makes sense. I mean, what other reason would we have for going back to that map? We know that Martin was there, trapped in the bunker. We also know that Broken Arrow's facility was near here. There's a storyline set around this area. The Transit bus travelled near to this location. So there are all of these links with the Transit crew. It would just make sense to have those characters. I don't believe we'd play as the CIA or CDC again. I can't really see what other storyline we'd have from them. It doesn't make sense. And like you said, will it relate to the storyline? Well, yeah, I think it will. Nuketown Zombies related to the storyline, so even the Zombies Chronicles remake maps that we had, those related to the storyline as well. Even though they weren't important, they were fractures of our timeline. However, I think Nuketown Zombies will be a lot more important and will be canon. What exactly the story is gonna be, I'm unsure. Hopefully this time we actually get to go underground into the bunker. Could there be some Broken Arrow stuff down there? Some things we've got to look out for? Could it also have a link to Classified, since that's a remake? I think that'd also make sense. And obviously Nuketown had a big link to Moon, so there could be a possible link there as well. Nuketown is actually a lot more important than a lot of people think. So yeah, I believe it will come back. In fact, I hope it does, even though I don't really like getting too many remakes. I think this one, if we do play as the Transit crew, it could of course be Primus or Ultimus, but I'd love to see what different take on the story we could get with it. Unicorn Man says, hey BOA, I have a question. What are your 3 favourite perks? So if this has got to do with if you're asking me this for BO4, honestly, I don't use perks in BO4. I find them, I don't know what it is. I was going to say they're useless, but they're not. But I forget about them. I forget they even exist. Or at least I used to. Now that they've implemented the idea that if you get all of your perks, you get Speed Cola, then I tend to get them a lot more. But yeah, I really miss the old perks. I think they need to add them back into Zombies just to, you know, give us that. It was stupid to get rid of them. It makes sense for the new storyline, but not the old one. However, that's got nothing to do with it. What are my 3 favourite perks? If you're talking about the old storyline, then I would pick Juggernog, Double Tap, and Quick Revive. I mean, they're like your basic standard ones. Maybe Speed Cola, that could replace Double Tap, I guess. In terms of the new storyline, I would say Quick Revive, Dying Wish, and probably Electric Cherry. I kind of find Time Slip useful sometimes. I don't really know. But again, you could let me know yours down below. Basically half of them are crap. But anyway, guys, that is it for today's video. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you have, you know what to do. Smash that like button. Make sure you are subscribed. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Leave your questions down below. And until then, goodbye.